Hi guys, I just wanted to make a video so you can check your answers for number 1 from the unit review that I gave today. So here are the answers for number 1. And then I wanted to go through some of the problems in the back, or on the back of the page. So here's the answer for, actually I'm going to do number 2 review. So number 2, we're going to let m to be 1/4. The question wants this graph to be connected when x is -1. This is -1 because this is -1 and that's -1. So they want me to find a. This is what I'm solving for, a right here. And if I want the graph to be connected at x equals -1, that means the y values in these two quadratics has to be the same. So I'm going to let a stay. Instead of x, I plug in -1 squared. I want that y value, that output, to equal the output from mx squared minus 1. And if m is 1/4, again, x is -1 squared minus 1. It's a minus 1 equals 1/4 minus 1. If I add 1 to both sides, turns out I get a to be 1/4. Oh, you can't see that? So again, this is just a coincidence they're both the same. I think that the problem that I made up, it wasn't very exciting. Again, this is just a coincidence. I'm going to do 3 and 4 because I was trying to do this as a bell was going to ring. I recommend for number 3, making 3 separate number lines. And why 3 separate number lines? Because there's 3 intervals that they want me to work with. And let's make note that they want us to find the intersection of all of these. It's where the 3 of them overlap. So I'm just going to eyeball 9 to be here, 14, 9, 14, 9, 14, and I think I might need, a 2 somewhere. So here's my first one from 9 to 14. So the first one from 9 to 14, closed circle on 9 and an open circle on 14. Let's go on from -infinity to 14. So I want a closed circle on 14. I want all values less than 14. And the last one is I want a closed circle on 2, and I want all my values greater than 2. So the answer, guys, on this number line ends up being where the 3 of them overlap. And I'm hoping you're recognizing that all 3 of them overlap at this portion from 9 to 14. That's the portion that's on the other 2 number lines as well. So your final answer is, I'm just going to eyeball 9 to 14. I guess I can label this by 2s. Yeah, sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And then 9 to close circle on 9. And it'll go to 14. And an open circle on 14. Oh, I'm messing that up, so I'll just write the answer on the side. It's from 9 to 14. This one interval is where all 3 of them overlap. So that's the answer. This one, and I know you did not have parentheses, I just added them. Here, order doesn't matter. If I look at, I'm going to cover the first one. If I look at where these 2 overlap, and then I find the intersection using these 2, and then I bring the third one, I'll still get 9 to 14. If I cover this up and I look at where the first 2 overlap, so let's do that. Just the first 2. The first 2 overlap from 9 to 14. And now ignore the second one because we're done with that. The first 2 intersect at 9 to 14. And then 9 to 14 and 2 going to the right, where do these 2 overlap? 9 to 14. So order doesn't matter. The answer here will be 9. Starting 9, ending at 14, bracket on 9, parentheses on 14. For 4, it does matter. And what your paper didn't have, it didn't have these parentheses where I want you to do the intersection first. Get the intersection. So I'm not going to go through this one right now because I want you to try it. Draw the 3 lines. How about we just draw the first 2? First 2, go figure out where this interval and this interval intersect. And then wherever they intersect, do a union with this third interval. Okay. I think that's all I wanted you to see. If anyone needs to see the answers for 5, 6, 7 again, they're right here. I know that we did them in class. Okay.